The gathering for the 63rd birthday of Japanese Emperor, His Majesty Emperor Naruhito, was celebrated in a monumentous occasion at the Japanese ambassador's residence here in St. Andrew, Jamaica. A time-old expression goes as such: if a tree fell in the forest and no one was around to hear it fall, did it actually fall? If a party happened and you weren't aware of it, was there actually a party? PBCJ now presents the 63rd birthday of Japanese Emperor, His Majesty Naruhito. On Thursday, February 24, the warm hospitality of the Japanese people were on full display through Ambassador Yoshihiro Atsumi and his wife Tomoko Atsumi as they welcomed guests into their home to recount the significance of the event. The emperor, who was appointed 4 years ago, had not made a public appearance due to COVID-19. In his speech at the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, Japan on his birthday, February 24, he expressed condolences for the hardships brought on by the ongoing pandemic. State Minister in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Leslie Campbell, was in attendance. He spoke to Jamaica's unique ties with Japan.
The Japanese are very accommodating, and they've been our development partners for several years. In fact, a number of our programs are supported by them. In agriculture, in fishing, more particularly, and just recently they assisted us with boats to do surveillance. So they've been wonderful development partners, so we have no hesitation in coming here to support them. They have been great development partners, very, very friendly. They have, and of course you will know that a number of our musicians have made Japan their home. And a number of our school teachers have also made Japan their home. They're teaching the language, the English language there. So there's this exchange of the knowledge, and you will have Japanese coming here with their level of expertise, supporting us in agriculture and other and in scientific areas.
Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith reiterated the long-standing Jamaica-Japan JJ partnership.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here at the Japanese Embassy in Kingston, celebrating the 63rd birthday of His Majesty Emperor Naruhito with the new ambassador of Japan to Jamaica. It's been a wonderful evening. We're celebrating with the members of the judiciary, members of the political directorate, members of the private sector, both of Japan and Jamaica, as we recognize a strong partnership between our two countries. In fact, the JJ partnership, which is looking at approaching our kanreiki, which is a Japanese word for 60 years of friendship. And that holds a great deal of importance for both our countries as we work to enhance and strengthen the cooperation in different areas, including trade and investment.
As the old Jamaican idiom goes, good friend better than pocket money.
It's an opportunity for us here in Jamaica to express our deep level of friendship with the Japanese government and people, and indeed with His Majesty and the imperial family. For, as the ambassador even shared, that the emperor at his meeting with him last November, had actually charged him with strengthening the JJ partnership. Although we are countries far apart and developed and developing, we have a great sense of friendship and understanding. We support many of the important issues on the global arena. We believe in global governance, good global governance, in Security Council reform. We believe in peace as a fundamental principle of what countries should seek to achieve in their global relations. And we believe also in free markets. So we believe in trade and investment, and these are areas that we're seeking to build with Japan. We also believe in the importance of people. So we have the JET program where our young people go and teach English. Some don't even come back because they become such a part of Japanese society. They enjoy it there, they are welcomed and loved, and they go on to enter other fields of expertise as well. Similarly, we have a strong Japanese Overseas Cooperation Volunteers program that operates here at the grassroots level. And even today, we read about 2 very small primary schools that have received buses to help with transportation of their young people to and from home, and also to events to allow them to become more active members of the education sector. Those were donated by His Excellency just earlier this week. So there's a lot that happens in climate change, in disaster risk response. Japan is a series of islands as well. So they are always a sensitive voice on the global scene for climate change and for disaster risk response and for concessionary grant funding for small island developing states. So the partnership is extremely strong, very vibrant, and while you might not think so, because we're so far apart and because we are so different, there is so very much that we share.
And as everyone knows, friends help friends when they're in need. In this case, the expression is brought to life by Executive Director of the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, Audley Gordon.
I'm the happiest man in this room, quite frankly, because the Japanese, through the JICA program, has been extremely good to our country, and we at the NSWMA have benefited in more ways than one. We have exchange of work programs where we have our workers going, our staff members going to Japan to be trained, and we have seen where it helps us in terms of our capacity building. A lot of them go and come back, and they are so equipped on their return that they have become trainers inside the institution and teaching us the better way to do a number of things. Our own landfill director right now benefited from that program in China, and there are several of them that go and come and add value to the experience at the NSWMA. So we are very happy with the relationship that we have through JICA with the Japanese government.
State Minister Campbell outlined his expectations for the night with friends that he had come to know through the long partnership with Japan.
We're really going to be listening to the Japanese music and having some sake, of course, with this pretty Japanese.
Like cherry blossoms in March, the night came to full bloom as Ambassador Atsumi took his place at the podium.
Senator, the Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Honorable Dr. Horace Chang, Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable members of the Cabinet, Senator the Honorable Thomas Tavares Finson, President of the Senate, Honorable Marisa Dalrymple Filbert, Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Honorable Brian Sykes, Chief Justice, Ministers of State, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Senate and House of Representatives, members of international organizations, officials of the government, representatives from the media, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very, very much for joining me for the Emperor's birthday reception. Today, February 23rd, marks the 63rd 3rd birthday of Emperor Naruhito, who ascended the throne as the 126th Emperor of Japan in 2019. I arrived in Jamaica in December last year, and I presented my credentials to Governor General Sir Patrick Allen on January 13th this year, and I began my activities as Ambassador of Japan on the same day. I used to work for the IMF in Washington, D.C. for 3 years, long time ago, and believe it or not, I was in charge of Jamaica at that time. I once spent 3 weeks in Kingston for consultations missions. I also worked for the Inter-American Development Bank for 6 years in total, covering all of Latin America, including Jamaica. I feel that it is my destiny and fate to have come back to Jamaica as ambassador of Japan. This is my first emperor's birthday reception. I have heard that due to the pandemic, we had to limit the number of guests in the past 2 years. I'm very happy that this year we are able to hold the reception as usual, and that so many people are attending today, including Foreign Minister Johnson Smith and the ambassadors of various countries. This year marks the 59th year of Japan-Jamaica relations since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1964. Sharing the fundamental value of freedom, democracy, and market economy, Japan and Jamaica have deepened cooperation on various issues of the international community, including world peace and stability, the rule of law, and climate change. In the meantime, through cultural, sporting, and youth exchanges, the people of both countries have deepened mutual understanding and tirelessly fostered a sense of intimacy and trust between each other. Today, the result has grown into a very close relationship, symbolized by JJ Partnership, which was initiated when the late Prime Minister Abe visited Jamaica in 2015. The year 2024, next year, will mark the 60th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between Japan and Jamaica. And that year, 2024, has been designated as the Japan-Caribbean Year of Exchange. With this great momentum, I would like to make every effort to further enhance the relationship between Japan and Jamaica. That is to say, to further develop JJ Partnership. It is this very development of JJ Partnership that His Majesty the Emperor directly requested me to do when I met the Emperor for the first time in my life at the Imperial Attestation Ceremony last November. When you came through the entrance hall of this residence some minutes ago, you saw the work of art with several pieces of bamboo, if you remember. You know, a bamboo is a lucky sign. It brings good fortune. It grows up fast and rapidly, and it is very flexible and strong against a high wind. I sincerely hope and wish that JJ partnership be like a bamboo, growing fast and being strong.
Minister Johnson Smith also made some remarks.
Members of the Japanese community and friends of Japan, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. Minasama konbanwa. You really are all too kind to me. Too generous. But thank you all for allowing me the pleasure of joining you this evening to celebrate the 63rd anniversary, the 63rd birthday of His Majesty Emperor Naruhito. It is my distinct honor on behalf of the government and people of Jamaica to offer our best wishes to His Majesty and the imperial family and to the government and people of Japan on this joyous occasion. We congratulate His Majesty Emperor Naruhito on achieving another milestone and on another successful year on the throne. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we share the delight expressed by His Majesty that this year, for the first time in the Reiwa period, and indeed the first time since the pandemic, His Majesty received congratulatory birthday visits from thousands of well-wishers at the Imperial Palace. We were deeply moved by the sadness expressed by His Majesty and the suffering caused by global conflicts, as well as His Majesty's concern for those who suffer in the wake of natural disasters, including the recent earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. Indeed, I wish to join the sincere request by His Majesty Emperor Naruhito for peace, that the community of nations cooperate more effectively to deal with global scale issues, and that individuals, each and every one of us, must ask once again what we can do to bring forth a peaceful world. I would like to thank His Majesty Emperor Naruhito for his wise words and for his inspiration. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this occasion is also the first imperial birthday reception hosted by Ambassador Atsumi since he assumed duties last December. Ambassador, please accept my renewed wishes for a successful tour of duty in Jamaica, and I share with you that at our very first meeting, when we discussed the cycle of his professional life, I assured him that he would find a much better economy than he did when he was here the first time. He's been very pleased to see our progress. As you know, Ambassador, our countries do continue to enjoy a dynamic and active JJ partnership. Please be assured of the government of Jamaica's inspired commitment to ensuring that it becomes even stronger under your tenure. And to highlight the vibrancy of our partnership, I would like to just mention two significant events that took place last year, including the visit to our shores of Parliamentary Vice Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Masatoshi Akimoto, whose visit included the handover of one of several vessels being donated to boost our crime-fighting capacities. This forms part of a gift which was agreed between Prime Minister Holness and the late Prime Minister Shinzo Abe during Prime Minister's visit to Japan in December 2019. So we continue to express our appreciation and of course look forward to the remainder of this donation. I was pleased to also build on that high-level engagement with my counterpart, former Minister Toshimitsu Motegi, who I welcomed for the first ever visit of a Japanese foreign minister to Jamaica. And we've been very happy, of course, to continue to build on that relationship. Excellencies, both countries continue to support the cooperation in respect of energy, disaster risk management, and security. Our trade and investment opportunities are dynamic and may become even more so as we look beyond Blue Mountain Coffee into the Special Economic Zone. We look forward to working with you as we explore areas of greater potential. Our people-to-people linkages remain strong through the Japan Overseas Cooperation Volunteer Program and the Japan Exchange Teaching Program. And it is our hope that these opportunities will continue to be enjoyed by our young people and maximized in the years to come. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the range and breadth of the JJ partnership extends, as has been mentioned here before, to the regional level through CARICOM. You may recall that we were pleased to host former Minister Motegi for the 7th Japan CARICOM Ministerial Conference held virtually from right here in Kingston. Next year will also be significant as it coincides with the Japan CARICOM Friendship Year, celebrating over 2 decades of regional collaboration. Multilaterally, we're true partners as we're seated directly beside each other at the United Nations, and our proximity is also born out of our shared interests and mutual belief. I'm pleased to say that these issues include those recently identified by His Majesty Emperor Naruhito in his birthday remarks, namely effective global cooperation and governance, natural disaster prevention, as well as UN Security Council reform. Excellencies, as we approach the 60th anniversary of our establishment of diplomatic relations, or Kanreki, please be assured of Jamaica's commitment to this very special relationship. And as I close, I wish to express once more the enthusiasm of the government and people of Jamaica on this occasion. Long may beautiful harmony continue to blossom for the people of Japan. I invite you all to raise your glasses in a toast to His Majesty Emperor Naruhito. We offer best wishes for his continued health and prosperity and for the imperial family in this Reiwa period. Thank you. Domo arigatou gozaimashita.
The ambassador graciously shared with the audience the importance of the emperor's birthday to the Japanese people.
He's very, very important, and we admire him very much, and we respect him very much. And today, all the Japanese people are celebrating today his 63rd anniversary today, everywhere in the world, including Jamaica. So, and we are happy. I'm very happy that we can have this kind of great celebration for him and for all the people of Jamaica and Japan together. We have a very good relationship between Japan and Jamaica. We call it JJ partnership, JJ partner. Do you know why? Because we both, the English name for the country start from J, Japan and Jamaica, so JJ partnership. And we love this idea of JJ partnership, and we like to continue this very strong relationship between the two countries.
And as friends do share top secret details of future plans with each other, he further disclosed plans for Jamaica and Japan in the near future.
We have a 60th anniversary of diplomatic relationship between Japan and Jamaica next year, not this year, next year. I'm preparing for that event. I would like to have lots of cultural and sporting events in Jamaica, and also maybe in Japan too. And we are thinking about many things, ideas like photo exhibitions, for example, some kind of sporting activities together, and maybe animation activities, and so. And please look forward to next year's event, and also maybe this year too. But next year will be more important for us. So just to enjoy next year's event.
Now, of course, a birthday celebration isn't a birthday celebration without birthday wishes.
To achieve 60 or beyond is a significant achievement. And for the Japanese people, I know they went through a difficult period recently where they lost Shinzo Abe, the former prime minister. I'd just like, on this, the Emperor's birthday, I'd like to say to him, notwithstanding that loss, I know he's a man of great character, and certainly he will want to use not the loss to mourn, but to say to his people, we are resilient, we'll bounce back, notwithstanding the loss of our former Prime Minister.
We wish, on behalf of the government and people of Jamaica, the continued good health and prosperity of His Majesty Emperor Naruhito and the imperial family.
It was a night to remember. Thank you for being with us as we took you through the 63rd birthday party of Japanese Emperor Naruhito here in Jamaica. I'm Raquel Robinson. Thanks for watching.